Okay.
Wires are stored.
The wires are stored in the box, so they'll have to be disconnected from here.
They get stored together.
Yeah, you have to disconnect.
These go over there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll have to disconnect.
Got to get. Yeah, I understand.
We have to
It's off of here, so we can get into the top of the.
All right. We're going to set this down over there.
Put this over on here.
If it reaches the floor, that's the good thing.
It reaches. So we can open this up.
Right. We open the doghouse, and the wires.
Follow these cords across.
Right. Those cords come across here and get stored in here. I'm going to disconnect these.
Okay.
And I'm going to start disconnected.
Okay.
And it gets disconnected here, and then it'll get rolled up.
The cord itself
And end up in the bottom drawer of this rack.
Okay, and this, we'll show where that goes.
And then this gets disconnected, and when it gets rehooked up, it gets plugged into one of the ports, not the internet port, even though it's got a yellow cable. And then so in storage with the handheld mics is the Aviom and the Cisco router, along with the power adapter for the wireless router.
And they're all labeled in order. They have two sets of numbers on them. There's a 1 and a 33.
Right. Actually, those numbers, 33, 34, 35, 39, and 40.
They go up that way, yeah. Using 33, they go 33 to 40.
Right.
Right to left.
And then,
so we just pull them out for now?
Yeah, just take them out. This cable here goes into here. I gotta go. That rack. And that's the cable that goes to our board over here.
Oh. Where? One is tied here? This one? Oh my God.
It's there. Regardless, it stays in there. The only one we disconnect is from here. So unplug that one.
I'm going to follow it. Make sure that's where it goes. I mean, that's
but go ahead and unplug this because that comes out of there. Okay, and that lives in here.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter.
It's not labeled. Do you want to put a label on it to go back in there?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
Okay, the power cord for the board is plugged into that rack.
It is stored in the doghouse.
And then we have to remember to take the wedges out of the front, the balancing wedges, and store them in the doghouse, those green things.
Oh.
We need to disconnect the lights and store them in the doghouse. Right.
But there are multiple jacks that look the same.
Right, the two outlets that power the two racks. There's one and two.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so we unplug those.
You have a gray, black one, and you have a green one. Green one is the lower one.
The green one goes in the bottom, and the gray one goes on the top.
And that gray one comes out.
Okay, so that goes to that box, which goes up to the screen to turn on the amp. The other cable is, okay.
That's sitting on the console.
All right, I'm going to unhook that. Okay. So we got the digital snake in out on the top, and then the blue wire for the touch panel input. So we got our comm, our antennas,
And this hole.
and our screen in the
And
box.
the box.
All safely stored.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, that's good.
So that you can see where they go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's videotaping.
Oh. Those two go
Some of
there.
this I kind of knew, but
Your two CD players, CD1, right and left, go to the top.
okay.
And right and left. CD2, right and left. CD2, right and left. Okay?
Yep.
All right. This is the 1/8 inch courtesy. Somebody
Right.
brings a phone or an iPad. And that's hardwired into 4748.
Okay.
All right. Not yet. Okay. Now, this coil of wire of coax
Mm-hmm.
is for the Sennheiser antenna
Okay.
that is going to sit over there.
Right.
So that just unstraps and runs through the doghouse and pops out the other side. This one was for the one that'll sit here on the rack.
Okay.
The Sennheiser fell off. You can fix that if you want to. In here, AT, Audio Technica, that also works. The Shures are also going through that splitter. So this one goes through the doghouse the same as the Sennheiser did, and is going to pop out the other side. The other one connects here and is going to be for the other one that sits on this side. What
Okay.
the hell? Amber alert. Okay, so we got those. Now we have the last couple of things here. Sir, that goes into the power strip on this rack. This is the Ethercom coming out of the mixer and going into the Aviom A on the second rack, or the second unit. This is the one that we plug the outputs into, or the inputs into when a show brings their stuff, and we have that
Okay.
16 channel whip that we use. That's the one that's also the control master for the network.
Okay.
Okay. So then we, let's see. So our two coaxes come through. Audio Technica
Right.
goes to Audio Technica. Sennheiser goes to Sennheiser. Oh crap. We have to go back under. I forgot something. So we can set these, but I'm not going to connect them because we're going to have to move this rack.
Okay.
So what we forgot
It's
is the touchscreen
hook that
control.
stuff up. Yeah. Okay.
So touchscreen lives here, and usually I just carefully box. And it's
Okay, so this is when they're tapping into it.
no.
This is when we're tapping
When
into
we're running our PA and our mixer, this cable is usually not such a collected mess. This is the one that runs to here in that little blue remote box.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
When they're mixing, and let's say like yesterday, not yesterday, but other shows where this rack goes back left,
No.
take this cable with it and plug it into the empty port on one of the Aviom units in that rack.
Okay.
Okay? If they want it interface right, which I think they do for ABBA, but I'm not 100% sure, put this back there, and then this can go right into the hub at the top of the tall cabinet.
Okay.
Okay? Either way works, because it's still connecting.
Is there a particular slot that it wants to go in?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
It's just part of the network. Okay. So we hook up the wireless antennas.
So this is always here when we're here.
Yes. And the box is in the top drawer.
Okay. The little top drawer or the big top drawer?
The top drawer with the wireless handhelds.
The big top drawer.
Okay, the big top drawer.
Okay.
So that just...
It's a whole bunch of letters it's going to be.
Okay.
H1.
All right, so these are the ones... These
The
are
number one's no problem. I know those.
Okay, the sub and the center. I also have this back here for you
Okay.
that lives in the drawer. So it tells you what it's going to and what channel it is, 1 through 16.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So
Yeah, when you start throwing,
don't ever lose that.
when you start throwing a lot of letters, then it's like,
I get it.
I know that stood for something.
I get it.
Oh, good.
Okay. So
And
this,
that's for Cisco.
and this also just plugs into the power conditioner at the top. Power.
And then the yellow
And then the
cable.
yellow one goes into 1, 2, 3, 4, never internet.
Never internet.
Never internet.
Well, that's good to know because my yellow one goes into the internet.
Wow. Okay.
And it doesn't matter 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So normally, this is what you're seeing on the screen because these are our outputs. The monitors, the subs, the front fills,
All right.
right? If we want to put a microphone stage left, our choices are run a cable all the way stage right and plug it into the cabinet, or shortcut over to the short rack where we have a bank of 16 inputs.
Okay.
Okay? If we want to do that because we're lazy and we don't want to run all that cable and have to coil it up later, we're going to select the bank of channels we want it to go into. For the awards ceremony, I had set it into 16 for you. So we're going to go into 16, and then up here we have 9 through 16. We're going to call 16. Okay? Now right now, the default is that channel 16 is coming from channel 16 stage right in the
Okay.
tall rack. The way this is set up, the top box, which is channels 1 through 16, is called slot 1, and then you have 1 through 16, and there's 16. The second box, slot 2, is channels 17 through 33, and if we were to turn on the rack back there, or next time you turn it on, look, and in the upper left hand corner, the top box will say 1, the second box will say 17. Okay, if we turn on the input rack stage left in the short rack, and if we turn on that rack, the input box will say 33. Now, 1 through 16, 17 through 32, slot 3 is 33 through 44, because we're only using 12 inputs on that. Okay, so you got to do a little bit of math, but if you plug it into channel 33, which is the first input channel, it'd be slot 3, number 1, and it says, you really want to make the change? Yes, I do. So now we're changed, and channel 16 is being fed slot 3, number 1, or input 33. Okay?
That's not too confusing.
Not too confusing. Okay. Let's say, I know we've done some things before where we had a wireless mic over here, but the rest of the band, so our wirelesses come in hardline, like we plugged, remember you plugged them in, I gave you the tail.
Right.
So they're coming in here, 1 through 6 are the 6 Sennheisers, A and B are these two, or XY. You can switch the cables on the back of this short rack if you want to. So let's say we have one singer on a wireless mic and the rest of the band. Did you do collision or rhythm? I don't remember.
I was stagehand.
Okay. So the rest of the band instruments are going in through channels 11 through 16. So we want to put our vocal over here so that we have all of our channels together. So we want to channel 11. So we're still in bank 9 through 16. Channel 11. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say it's wireless Sennheiser 1 that's coming in on 33.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now that is board 33, not network 33. So there we're going to go in board 33 and move it over. Okay. Now what's going to seem, when you do a board input and move it over, it's going to show up on both meters because it's in both places, unless you deselect it from channel 33. Okay, to do that, you would go here, bank 33, channel 33, and we're going to take it out and turn it off. Okay. But if we go back to here, where 11, where we'd put it, there it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is confusing.
Yeah, it took me a while because I didn't have a teacher.
Yeah.
I was hunting, pecking, messing. So that's why I'm, unless it's a very, very simple thing, I'm very particular about putting together an input schedule first, because I do all this figuring out ahead of time, and then I can go in and board, and I've got the paper to keep me straight on where I'm patching stuff. Because you could repatch, you could take one hard input and patch it to 32 all 32 other channels, and they're all going to show exactly the same thing. Or you cannot do that. All right?
Okay, so now to put that back where it was.
Yep. Do you want to take it out of 11 first? So you would unselect it there.
Okay.
All right. And then you're going to hit 33.
Select 33.
All right. And you want that to be input 33.
33.
There you go.
Okay.
So now we're back. And
Cool.
it's not split like it was. Physically, it never stopped being 33 on the back of the board. It's just what we did with it once it got inside the board. And I guess that's the main difference. With an analog board, you'd have to go around back and you're moving cables to the input you actually want it to be. Here you do it all soft patching. Okay?
Okey doke.
That is probably the trippiest part of the whole network setup.
Okay.
Okay?
So slot 3 is that rack, and
Yep.
slot 2 is over there.
Yep. Slot 1 and 2 are both stage right.
Okay.
Okay?
Okey doke.
All right.
Down and into there. Goes to stage right in the A slot. Okay, the Sennheiser. Goes right up.